my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good.
So after our reading as a class, we would do a few comprehension questions. And since I don't have students with me right now, this makes it a little difficult. But what I would do is I would give them time to think, pair, share for each question. I'd read it out loud first. So I'd say, who are the characters in Pete the Cat? I love my white shoes. And then I would direct my students to think, pair, share, and they would talk to their elbow buddy about what the answer might be to that question. After I gave him some time, we would bring it back and we would discuss it. So who are the main characters? Pete the Cat. What did Pete step in? Again, I would give my students time for discussion amongst themselves, and then we talk about it together. So Pete stepped in multiple things. I'd call on different people to tell me different things that he stepped on. The first thing was strawberries. Then he stepped in blueberries. Then he stepped in mud. After that, he stepped in water, which made his shoes wet. What happens to Pete's shoes? Well, they change colors depending on what he was stepping in, and ultimately ended up being white and wet. And then I would ask students, have you ever stepped in something? If so, what, and what happened to your shoes? When I was practicing this earlier with my niece, I asked her these questions, and the story she told me was that one time she was walking with her shoes on, and she stepped on another shoe, and she tripped, and nothing happened to her shoes, but what she stepped on was another shoe. So yeah, that's an example of, I guess, the kind of story that you might be able to get out of a student from this. Once we did our comprehension for the book that we read, we would talk about our favorite colors. So right here, I have a graph of some colors that you may have seen, that you may know what they're called or may not. But we are going to start by shouting them out loud. So go ahead and tell me what this color is. Red, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and brown. I'm going to give you guys time to think quietly about what your favorite color out of these that we have up here might be. If you have a favorite color that is not up here, I'm going to have you hold that in your brain, and maybe you can share with the class after. So I would give my students time to think about what their favorite color is that is present on this graph or chart. And once they decided, we would go around and I'd give the student the opportunity to share their favorite color with the class. And as they were sharing with the class, this would be a physical thing, so I'd have like a chart, so it'd be easier to color it in, but I'd be filling it in, so we'd be keeping track of whose favorite color is what, and then we would have a graph showing us what our classmates' favorite colors are. This also gives them students an opportunity to practice saying color names. So yeah, I'm just gonna fill this in really quick in a random way. We'll say that nobody likes green or yellow. And then yeah, we discuss what our chart showed for what people's favorite colors were. And yeah, after that, we would start our lesson, our practice.